My name is Natalie, and I'm going to be reading to you from my book called Swedish Lessons. This is an excerpt from chapter 4, which is called Den Metod. And in this scene, I have been asked by my employer to prepare a meal for her husband while she is out of town. It's lunch, which is middag in Swedish. And there are actually several Swedish words in the passage, which once you read the entire book, will make perfect sense to you. So here it is. So, Fisk, right? I've done this 100 times. You take it out of the package, defrost it, pop it into the pan. I needed 15 minutes at most to prepare the whole meal, as Inger said it was defrosting in the sink already. Best if I give myself a half hour to boil the potatoes, I decided. Taking full advantage of Inger's absence, I sat in my cellar bedroom for an inappropriately long time, writing in my journal, reorganizing my clothes, and doing all sorts of nothing, until I decided it was finally time to get started. Up to the kitchen I went. Okay, there was the frying pan on the stove. There were the breadcrumbs on the counter. There were the patatas and the dill on the table, and I knew the salad was in the fridge. But where was the fisk? Oh, right, in the sink. When I think back on this moment, it recurs in slow motion, with some horror movie-esque "Don't Go Through That Door" music playing in the background. Because as I got closer to the sink, and its contents slowly became clear, I began to realize that I had made a terrible, irrevocable assumption with regard to this middag preparation. Oh yes, there were fisk in the sink. There was a shit ton of fisk in the sink. There they were, with heads and skins and fins and scales floating around whole in the sink, as if this being dead thing was completely incidental. Oh my gosh. And we're not talking lake trout here. These fuckers were what the Swedish call flatfish. They looked like regular fish that had gotten run over by a truck and then attacked by a zombie. Both of their eyes were on top, staring skyward from their flattened, graying carcasses. They weren't just little eyes either. They bulged out of the tiny, pointed head and were astonishingly non-symmetrical, like each floating corpse was a freak of its own species. Those eyes, they were insane, and they were all looking at me. That is it. Thank you.